Hey, but so the Amazing Digital Circus was something, really was something. It's coming to an end on June this year, 2026, and let's just talk about it. Yeah, why not just talk about it? So, the first point I'd like to say is that the show has evolved a lot in various aspects. I'm going to talk about some shortly, but can I just say that the scripting has evolved really huge, like really huge point to Gooseworks. As the pilot, I know that it was a pilot, but at the pilot, the first episode felt a little bit off, but they made a really great point in, let's just say, they tricked us by thinking that we have one story and then we have a completely different story. The archetype of the Matrix thing and everything was real and it was a great deal, but it was not how we thought it was going to be. Other thing that has evolved really well, it's the visuals. The pilot, the first episodes, kind of felt less, I mean, post-produced. I know what I'm saying is, but let's let me just let me just explain it. The fact that they wanted to hit a bit of a, simpler model just to test it, see if it's gonna work all right, and the fact that they were betting on vintage and retro visuals kind of made it look like less worked on. Not saying that it's bad, far from me from saying this. It was a really great series from beginning to end. Props to everyone who worked their asses hard on this. But I have to say that it has evolved, becoming better and better and better. Of course, Glitch Glitch had more resources, but yeah, I have to say that the visuals have evolved a lot. The voice acting, oh my God, the voice acting really has been working on, really has been a really great ride. Uh, from the start, I have to say that voice acting can kind of become something tricky because the more that the person talks using their character's voice, personality, the more well he can perform it. And well, speaking of the original voice acting, they have performed really well every single time. They were born for these roles. They were born for this. Jax, Zubo, let me just say another one, Pomni. They were really great. But talking about other regions, especially my region, Brazil, of course, the choice for the voice acting was the most hilarious that I've ever seen, and the performance was also really great. Uh, oh, really fun fact before swiping this off. Do you know that the Brazilian Kane voice is the same voice behind Brazilian Mickey Mouse, Brazilian Buzz Lightyear, and Brazilian Superman from the Zack Snyder version? Yeah, yeah, that's true. I'm, I'm, I'm not even making this up. His name is Guilherme Briggs. He's a really big voice actor here in Brazil, and he was one of the top dogs. And being called for this project felt so surreal to him. And I think that since the project has started, he has become more friendlier with the kind of young part of the community. Not saying that he wasn't, but he always felt more distant. Now he's become more, you know. And another voice actor was the voice actor of the Sun. The Brazilian voice actor of the Sun is a very famous YouTuber who I seem to, watch her since the beginning of her career, where he made Steven Universe dubs, and the Promised Neverland dubs. Uh, Fernanda, I forgot her name, but her name is Fedubs here in Brazil. It's really cool to see this. It's really cool to like see these people that I grew up in my life making this kind of stuff. It's really great. Glitch has also been evolving since the show has started. So yeah, Glitch has evolving. The merch has also evolved really well, and it's fun to see how Glitch has evolved since its beginnings. Because I don't know if much people know this, but Glitch has started as SMG4. I've watched SMG4. I've watched those videos far behind. I've I feel like an old man saying this. I technically am. I'm 20 years old. I'm not that young now. I was 14 when those videos launched, so yeah, kind of right. I was in middle school and now I'm in college. Damn. Uh, Moving on, I have some things that I want to talk about of the series, especially the loose threads. There's a lot of loose threads in the series. For example, it's the unusual character plots, as I call it. There were so many characters that could have done damage to the script, like not damage to the script entirely, but damage to the characters, emotional damage to us. And they never showed up, they never showed up being important. For example, Gummy Goo, like he just appeared in 2 episodes and that's it. I think he could have been used a bit more to explore Pomni. Maybe I know that the Goose Works isn't the person to make romance, but they really could have made romantic or even friendly thing. Other thing is the rooms. You know those rooms that Palmer explores from the pilot and now in episode 8. What is them? No one explains them to us. Palmer doesn't explain. She just grabs the computer and gives it to King. Then what is C and A? Is it a company that has made all of it? Or is it just an illusion that King put them? Remember, King tricked their minds far more than they could, ever made. So, what is actually CNA? Is it another illusion? Other things, the old characters, they got abstracted. For example, Ribbit. Jax seems to have a connection with Ribbit, and seems to have a connection, and Kinger seems to have a connection with the Queenie. That's how the community calls her. So why don't the show just put some light? I know that's a really, really short amount of time, like 8 episodes for 20 minutes. Isn't that big of a time? But there were lots of parts of these characters that we could have been using. Other thing that's really important is abstraction. What actually is it? From Jack's perspective on episode 7, it looked like an overdose of emotions, of depression. But what is the technical explanation of it? Is it really that the character becomes so emotionally damaged it cannot restructure themselves? Is it a metaphor? Do the characters actually die because Queenie didn't and Queenie recognized Kinger? And they do not get that, erratic feeling because Queenie was calm and was kind of friendly towards Kinger. Kaufmo wasn't, of course, Kaufmo right then, but the character's not dead. They just don't work the same. So how do they work? What's the anatomy behind this? That's what we want to know. Moving on to the last part is my expectations for episode 9. Oh boy, I have some things I want to ask Gooseworks. Don't run from me, fella. The first thing is the character backstory. I really hope that in episode 9, as it has 1 hour, we may see more character backstories, more things, of this character that we don't even know, and actually some things to spice up a bit. Then, no loose threads. I think that's something that every fan wants because, I mean, what is the fun of having lots of loose threads? I really want to see this show coming off without questions. I know that some shows like to do it to keep the fandom running, but please, this show had a lot, and we don't need any more of those. Oh my God. And explanations of some stuff that really is necessary. For example, what is the other AI that came absorbed it? How was it? I mean, it exists, so it does deserve a bit of explanation. Then, you know, kind of a personal one. Can some ships become real? Like, can romance become? I know this works. I know you're not the person to write romance, but please, fella, please, but can you make some ships? I really want to see Zubo. I really want to see Zubo with. Oh my God, I forgot the favorite one. Oh my God, Gango. I want to see Zubo and Gango together. They're my favorite couple so far. Ragatha and Jax or Pomni and Jax, I don't really care a lot, but um, Zubo and Gango, I want this couple to be real. So please, Zubo, please, I'm begging you. Other thing is, it's destiny. Like Murder Drones ended, but it has some loose threads, of course. Murder Drones was kind of rushed to the ending, but it has some loose threads and some lost potential. Of course, the unused potential can be used in further series, but can really Gooseworks make this bad? I don't think I want to see them making this bad. Like it was a great series, but in my opinion, I think it should be over now, like in episode 9, because it really has made its point. It has been great. No need to resurrect it or bring back from the dead. So yeah, different than Mother Drones, I'd like to see an ending that actually puts into an ending. I'm kind of scared that it's a finale, but I'm really looking forward that the Amazing Digital Circus becomes a reference, like Has Been Hotel has been a reference. Of course, not the best one, but it has been a reference and a hope, a glimmer of hope for indie YouTuber animators. So yeah, I really hope that the Amazing Digital Circus becomes something. Thank you for listening to me ramble about the Amazing Digital Circus. If you like it, comment, put your opinion, and I'll see you in the next one.